Hi everybody, Beanmeister22 here. So this is what the rocks looked like when we started. Raw, rough, sharp edges. So during the tumbling process, there's one important step that you may not know about. Every day, and I sometimes go 2 days, but it should be at least every day or so, you need to burp the cans or the barrels. Pressure could build up. See, there's bubbles in here. Well, that's not very bad. If you remember the video from our first step, it was really foamy and frothy in there. You don't want pressure to build up and have it pop your can. You need to clean the lip and clean the lid before replacing it, otherwise you won't have a good seal. So what you're doing is you're opening each barrel or can daily, venting off the pressure, cleaning it up, and resealing it. It's not a set and forget for 7 days. You're going to have to open that can and reseal it. Ugh. Wow, that is nasty. It looks like we lost some water there. I think it might have soaked into the beads or into the rocks. I don't know. It was good when we put the thing together, right? Oh, man. Remember, this is the can with the tiger eye rocks in it. And we use some of those beads, plastic beads, and we put some ceramic pellets in there because we didn't have enough volume to fill the can 2/3 full. Anyways, as I was saying, a 7-day tumble means you're going to have to open the cans 7 times, and that's 7 more times that you're risking leakage and getting a poor seal. You got to have that good seal. You can see on the lip of this, there's grit up there. Now, did that grit get between the inner lid and the outer lid? Or is it just the process of opening up the lid? I don't know. I've seen both. We didn't see any really external evidence of leakage. So, I mean, it's doing its job, right? But it's very important to put everything back together, check for leaks. Kind of a risky operation if you're opening it this many times. And if you're doing a month-long thing, 4 7-day tumbles, that's 28 times you're opening this. That's 28 extra times you have to make sure it's properly sealed and not going to leak. This one here is a big one. Remember, we did a double batch of rocks in this. This is a week 1. Now, this barrel or can has a bigger rubber lip, so it's going to have a better seal than those other 2 cans. Those other 2 cans are of the Legal brand, and those are $30 each to replace. And they don't look nearly as sturdy as this can. I got no idea what it's going to cost to replace this can. But those other cans are definitely flimsier and have a smaller lip, which means their seal is probably going to fail before this can. Okay, so it's 2 days later. I didn't burp it for 2 days. Kind of taking a chance there. I was really busy. And let's open up the big can and let's see what it looks like. Remember, this is a week 1 tumble on this big can. Yeah, you don't want to damage this as you're opening it up. And still not really bubbly. We have some little pieces of rock and stuff up on that lip. Did it just get sucked up there? Probably so. Otherwise, it wouldn't have sealed and it'd be leaking. Let's take a look at these rocks. Not too bad for a step 1 tumble. We need to clean the lip, put the lid back on, get it resealed, and then we'll be ready to move on to bigger and better things. And bigger and better things is more days of tumbling. As you can see, I'm going to fairly great lengths to make sure I have these lids on properly, because you're going from metal to rubber. Yeah, it could cause problems. Check for leaks. Make sure you're good and snug. So this can has no external evidence of leakage, but within this inner lid, we can see there's a little bit of grit up there. Did that grit leak out of the can? Is that grit something that wasn't properly cleaned? Also, some evidence of moisture inside the outer lid. Might be a little tiny bit of leakage. That's why there's 2 lids. Get this lid off. Ooh, really foamy. Very frothy and foamy. Wow. we need to get some of this foam out of there. We'll just scoop that up there because that is trapped suspended air bubbles, which could cause a pressure issue. Yeah, it's really weird. Yeah, doesn't that look good? Good and tasty, kind of like foam on top of some hot chocolate on a cold morning. Yeah. This is our original mixed batch of rocks. This is undergoing the step 2 or week 2 polishing. So I expect these to be considerably smoother than these other rocks we're looking at today. We'll get this cleaned up and resealed. As I said, I cannot stress the importance of a proper seal, because if this leaks, it's going to be bad. Also, I'm noticing here the lid seems a little springy. I don't know if that's because pressure built up on it and kind of tweaked the lid a little bit. It just feels a little different going on there. Like I said, these barrels have a very small rubber lip. These $30 barrels have a small lip, so it may not seal as well. Seal it up, check for leaks. Because if it's leaking now, it's definitely going to leak when it's spinning. Opening the last can here for the day. This is another week 1, step 1 tumble. That lid, okay, so this lid kind of popped up a little bit. It's got a little bit of leakage there. Like pressure pushed it up, and okay, this is ugly inside. Once again, it's like we don't have enough water going on in here. We might have had a little bit of leakage. We need to save any of these pellets, these rubber pellets, as well as the ceramic pellets. Put them back in there. This is our step 1 tumble of the Tiger Eye rocks, which looked pretty ugly 2 days ago when we opened it up too. Not sure if those pellets absorb water or what's going on. A little bit of foam, not horrible. Kind of a thicker slurry, and it could be because those pellets are disintegrating. Let's take a look at what's going on in here. Ooh, it looks like some kind of weird flavored tapioca. You got different colors going on in here. And wow, these rocks are really slippery. Yeah, I'm not really impressed so far with the tumble, but you have the padding of those pellets, and maybe it's not going to tumble as smoothly as that rough, hard tumble of just the rocks and the grit right on each other. And yes, this is messy. Now we'll clean it up, get this back together, and we'll get this rig back on the road. Yeah, these lids, I am not impressed with these cans here. Get it all sealed up nice and good. Make sure there's no leaks. There's a little damage to the washer. Now, that's the one thing about these. Like I said, you need to have that thumb nut tightened down snugly enough that it's not going to open up on you. But this is thin, cheap Chinese metal, so you don't want to damage it. You can strip the threads. You can see how we're eating into this washer. You can damage these lids. I am going to be very surprised if these cans hold up for an extended period of time. Alright, so leave your comments in the comment section. As always, thanks for watching, and now it's time to roll!
Beanmeister 22, the most dangerous man on YouTube.